Hi guys, it's Dan here from Grind Noir. How are you all doing today? This is week 2 of the old DevLogging's malarkey week. So it's been quite a busy week. First of all, a little bit of housekeeping. I apologise about the horrific sound quality that we had last week. First I was just trying to record using the camera. Now the camera I'm using is a Canon G7X something or another, and it's a good camera for filming and things like that, but the audio is not very good, and Canon in their infinite wisdom didn't put like an audio jack on there so you could run a microphone from it. So basically this week I've had to do kind of a bit of a ghetto setup with my Yeti on one thing, which is ideally far too far away from me, but it's better than the Canon, and I've also got a dodgy light box to try and kill some of the shadows on one side. Hopefully it should be better this week. So last week I'd managed to just get some placeholder sprites in, been able to get some basic movement, and that was about it. The next thing that needed to be done was we needed some sort of collision with the walls. That took quite a while. Basically the problem I was having was that the object was rotating, the actual player object itself was rotating as you move the mouse around or as you move the right thumbstick. Which is fine, it looked very good, it worked perfectly fine. The only problem with that, the player's collision would then also rotate as well, and that was causing a lot of issues when you were hitting up against the walls. It kept the character getting snagging and getting stuck, and it wasn't very free flowing. Like they would sort of come down, they would kind of, hit the wall and then just come to a dead stop, and I couldn't seem to get away for them to kind of hit the wall and then just kind of graze along it and run along. And I tried changing the player's hitbox to a circle, thinking that might fix it. That didn't do any difference either, it was still a problem. So I started looking online, as always. I started doing some digging. I found one person that had done it. What they'd basically said is keep the actual object itself sort of solid and rigid, and that just moves up, down, left and right, and it's sort of a basic play. And then your actual rotation is just rotating the sprite itself. So it's not rotating the object, you basically draw the sprite on top as part of a GUI layer, a GUI layer, rather than have it assigned to the object. And then that way when you rotate, it's literally just rotating an image that has nothing to do with the outside world. So that way your object, your player object, doesn't move. Well, it moves, but it doesn't rotate. And I found that worked really, really well. That's fixed that problem completely. That then brought up another problem, that when you were firing, because your player object wasn't rotating, every time you fired, it would just fire out of one place, even though the guy turned around and stuff like that. So I did a little bit of playing around, and I managed to fix that, get that so that the firing would then just follow the rotation of the GUI layer. So it's been a lot of playing around, but I managed to fix that. And I also managed to fix the problem where like the bullets would come out, and they would then just keep going, and then as you turned they would then arc with you and go at that. So yeah, so I managed to fix that. A big shout out to Patrick, who last week noticed that during the firing thing, when I was demonstrating the fact that the bullets would follow the player rather than go off in a straight line, it did look as though my guy drew a cock. Is your mother proud of you? In all honesty though, thank you, that was really funny, that was really good. Thank you, well spotted. Good call, my man, good call. What else have I done? I've done other things. I have done other things. That's right, so I got the player collision in with the wall, that was fine. I got that. I managed to fix the rotation issue, so it's now firing in the right direction, and the bullets aren't flying in the same way that you're turning. I then added in just some of those basic placeholder sprites for the enemies, tied them up so that if they hit multiple times, they then die and just die, sort of basic instance destroy. There's no movement yet, but that's still to come. I'll do that in a bit. And I've also set up collision with the bullets and the wall as well, so they don't just go straight through the wall. So I mean, some fairly basic stuff done this week. Just polishing, just getting it a little bit more accurate to what it should be. I've spent quite a lot of time. In fact, I did most of that in about 1.5 evenings. That was about it. Sort of 2 or 3 hours. I managed to fix all of those issues and get the game sort of to where it is now. What I have been doing is I've been doing a lot of sprite work. getting a tile set ready, so that way I can start importing tiles and getting it to look a little bit better as well. I've sort of been thinking about it, and like as far as code is concerned, and there is quite a bit of code to be put in, with sort of changing of weapons and sort of enemy AI and all that kind of stuff. But I also need to do a switch as well, which I've never done before. I've never actually had a game where you flick a switch and then something changes. I've never had that, I don't think. I've had it where you can go and hit something and a voice box comes up, you know, so you can interact with stuff like that. But that's it. So I need to sort of work out how to do that, where you flick a switch and then a door will open, and then tie that to keys and stuff. So there is like quite a bit of code still to go. But I'm less concerned with that than I am with the amount of artwork that I'm going to need and the amount of assets that I'm going to need. So I have been focusing on that a lot this week. So I do have like quite a cool little tile sheet. It's not finished by any stretch of the imagination. It's starting to look pretty good, I think. I think it's starting to look okay. There's still a lot to do, obviously. I mean, I've done no player animations, I've done none of that. So I think next week, what I'm going to try and look at doing is, I think I'm going to try and sort out a switch next week. That's going to be my plan for next week. Try and get it so that you can flick a switch and then that can open a door. And I have some other little cool bits as well, where like, I'll tell you, yeah. Basically, the idea is that you would flick a switch that would open a door. You go into the room that's in there, and then as soon as you go into that door, into that room, the door starts closing, right? Like on sort of a timer at a very slow pace. And then that door will then close, and when it's sealed, that's the end of the level, and then you would then go on to the next level. So I need to build a second room just for the testing purposes again. And obviously set all that low. So I might try and do all of that, or certainly a good chunk of that, get some of that going next week, but really heavily focusing on the art assets, because there's so many of them that need to be done. So I've got to really get that underway and really start working on that as well. It's been a good week, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on Wednesday with another general jibber jabber video, and then for a devlog I shall see you for week 3 next Sunday. So thank you very much for watching. Cheerio guys, take it easy, bye bye.